So the other day I was on the train and I met this amazing woman. I don't even want to say her name because I am bad at doing that. I say woman specifically because she was older. She was 25, I'm 19. Is that really, well, before I even go into that, is that a bad age difference? No? Yes, no? I don't know. I really don't see any harm in it. Maybe because I'm the 19-year-old. We were sitting in on the platform in this like little cubicle kind of thing that keeps people warm while they're waiting for the train. And people next to us like asked her a question and she didn't know, and then they asked me a question and I knew, and somehow that got us talking and having a conversation before getting on the train. So it was just friendly conversation, you know, talking about what she does and stuff like that. And so we get on the train, right? So she got on first, and she goes to her right, well, to my right at least, which is probably your left. I don't know how that works, but she went to the right. And I go to the left, so we're like almost on separate carts, I don't know, separate trains. And I sit down, and it takes me like 5-10 seconds, and I'm like, yo, I really should like sit next to her and talk to her. And I'm thinking about it, and then the guy that we had the conversation with, he ended up telling me, he's like, dude, women like that don't come into your life by mistake. You better go do something about it. And I was like, yeah, you're right. So I got up, I walked over, I was nervous. I was like, yo, what if she says no, don't sit next to me? What if she says no, leave me alone? So I go up to her and I say, hey, is it okay if I sit next to you? Keep in mind, when I asked her if it was okay if I sit next to her, she had like bags on the seat next to her. So almost like, it was that thing like, oh, I don't want anyone sitting next to me. So like when I saw that, it was like too late. I had already opened my mouth. I was like, oh no. But she said yes. And keep in mind, also, there were plenty of seats. It wasn't like, oh, this is the only seat available. You know, can I sit next to you? It was like, there was basically no one on the train, and I could have sat anywhere I wanted. But she let me sit next to her. She was happy about it. She wasn't like, oh, I guess. But we spoke, we was talking, and we got to know each other. And, like, this is tripping me out because by the end of the train ride, we were talking to each other as if we knew each other for like a long time. Long story short, because I don't want this to be a long video, we get off. Well, I get off the train because my stop is one stop before hers. So I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, look, I need to get this girl's phone number. We have to like exchange emails, whatever. You know what I mean? Write letters. But we end up exchanging phone numbers. Before I get off the train, she asked me, have you ever seen the movie called Before Sunset? And I said, no, I've never seen that movie. She was like, wow, because right now this is almost a scene or the plot to this movie, like what's going on between me and her, like resembled what happened in the movie. And I'm like, what is she talking about? I've never seen this movie. She was like, well, go ahead, go home and watch the movie. And so I said, okay, well, it was nice meeting you. And she was like, yeah, we need to hang out one day, whenever I'm not busy, because, she works, I go to school and work, so we're always busy. And so we exchanged phone numbers, like I said, and I get off the train, and I'm happy. I'm like, wow, she's 25, she's gorgeous. By the way, I keep forgetting details. She's Portuguese. She's, I guess, an immigrant. Well, now she's a United States citizen, but she has the Spanish accent or the Portuguese accent. And, yeah, she was just amazing. But she told me, she was like, listen, I am very busy all the time. I rarely get to text people, text them back because I'm always working, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, yeah, I totally understand. So she was like, yeah, text me on my day off, which was Sunday, which was 2 days ago or 3 days ago. I don't know when you're watching this. I don't know what day it is. I texted her and she didn't reply. Now, I'm not bummed out because for some reason, after reading the plot to Before Sunset, I expected her not to reply. In the movie Before Sunset, the two people meet on the train. And basically, they are super, super attracted to each other. Mind, body, and soul. You know what I mean? Like, they're physically appealing. Well, they're physically attracted to each other. They're both intelligent. And their mind is in a good place, and their soul is in a good place. Kind kind of the same way that, you know, we interacted with each other. They end up getting off at the same stop. The guy's like, oh, let's get off at the same stop and let's just spend the day together. They spend the day together. They, I guess, fall in love or whatever. But after after that one day, they never see each other. They're just gone. Never, ever, ever. And I think it's a trilogy. So I think, like, in the next movie after Before Sunset, they meet, like, 9 years later. Or I might be mixing it up. It was actually Before Sunset, I think, that they met 9 years later after meeting that one day on the train and spending the day together. So I don't know if her not replying is her trying to reenact that movie, but I don't know why she would do that to me. Or maybe she just doesn't want to reply because of whatever reasons, or maybe she's just busy. Who knows? But we'll see what happens with that. But that was the story I wanted to tell you guys. I think it's crazy how, and like, you know, you can just meet people, and it's just awesome. But yeah, that was the story. I'm gonna try to edit that and make it into a short few clips, because I think that is way too long. Have you guys ever, I don't know, like, been in a situation where you've met someone and you guys just, like, connected on a meaningful level, like beyond like a friend level, you know what I mean? Like, on a, like, hey, this person is, like, super attractive, super intelligent, and I would like to, like, you know, spend more time with that person. But I'm a firm believer in not every girl that you meet, not every guy that you meet for girls, or whatever your sexual orientation is, no matter who, it doesn't, I can't even talk right now. Not every person you meet is meant to be a girlfriend or boyfriend or a significant other or whatever you want to call it. Not every person is meant to stay in your life. Sometimes there are people, like women, that are just gorgeous and intelligent and funny. And those things, those are the three things that I need. I need humor, intelligence, humor, and beauty. And you only get like a few minutes or maybe a few hours with them, and then you never see them. It was so interesting. I really liked talking to her. It was cool meeting someone new and just having a conversation with them. And through the conversation, not only through the physical attraction, it was through the conversation that we grew attracted to each other. You know what I mean? Because I'm 19. You know what I mean? She could have been like, oh no, you're 19, you're immature, blah 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 blah. Can you sit somewhere else? But instead, I was able to hold a conversation with her. She was able to hold a conversation with me, and we were attracted to each other's minds almost. You know? Am I bugging out, or am I making sense? That is the story, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to like, favorite, subscribe, comment, share, all those buttons that you can press down there. You make sure you do it. And I realized that, like, from watching Samika and Big C, that I always close the vlogs like this. I like it. I'm gonna do it. I don't care if Sam does it. I don't care if Big C does it. I don't care if Hi-Fi Take It Easy does it. I don't care if JessicaTayVlogs does it. I don't care if Rebecca Lauren does it. I'm gonna do it. I will see you guys tomorrow, and peace.